Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. I am Mr. Pokemon. Since we last met, I've got up to 90, the big 19 subscribers. Thanks everyone for that. Would love to get it up even higher because it'd be great to turn it into something bigger, to turn it into so I can make money off, something I can turn that money into getting better equipment, to make better videos, to buying better products and open them up, because that's the whole point, right? It's opening stuff. So I just thought today, as it's half term, I'm not at work, I thought I could finally get a decent video out because it's been a little while. And I wanted just to share some updates in general. And so I got my binders that you can't see on camera, and I want to start by talking about my sort of developing personal collection, my PC, or PC as it's called, the PC, personal collection. Now you know most of these already. I've got my Venusaur. I was always going to keep hold of this. I knew it wasn't going to get a 10. I just really wanted the label with it. So this stays with me. This is it's an 8. My Mimikyu, I'd really hoped this was going to be a 10. It's a 9 for reasons I don't quite understand. So we do with the edges. It looked fine to me. But there we go. That came up with a 9. That's staying with me. The Greninja and Zoroark, again, I think that's something to do with this corner here, I think. So there we go, a 9. And the Pinsir, I had it up for sale for a while. I didn't really want to sell it, if I'm honest. I just think it's a really cool card. I love the label. They continue the tree and everything else on there. So this one's going to stay with me as well. Now, I'd have thought this would have gone quite easily. It wouldn't sell on eBay. Okay, that's beautiful. In the light. And, oh, there goes the chair. It wouldn't sell on eBay. And also, when I went to the latest card show, the vendors weren't really interested. So what I will say to people is whenever you get graded, just be careful which card show you end up going to with them. Because I think the card show I went to was primarily PSA, which is, fine. PSA is like the granddaddy of them all when it comes to any sort of grading. The reason I don't do PSA is because you have to wait about 3-4 months in the UK because they're mainly US, so you have to find somewhere. I'm just going to sort my chair out. I'm not editing this out. I'll leave it there. You have to find someone in the UK who sends to PSA. Then you have to get it sent to then you have to wait for them to actually send it. And then when it arrives at PSA, they do all their stuff with it, and that takes them time. Then they've got to send it back to the people that sent it from the UK, and then they send it back to you. So last time I did it took months. There's also the thing with PSA at the minute where the 10s are easily, how they do their slab, people are able to break them open quite easily without damaging the case. So people are taking out cards that are getting Gem Mint 10s, resubscribing them, and putting in cards that are not 10s. So they're making lots and lots of money on it, but it's kind of like it's very much fraudulent. Now there are plenty of card shows out there that will focus mostly on Ace. I know that anywhere that does anywhere where that guy, what's his name, Randolph, from Rand Cards, as it is now, he deals only in Ace. The people at the card show I went to said they didn't deal in Ace because they didn't think the card judgments were as strict as PSA was. That's why PSA is worth a bit more. I mean, you do have that to it, but Ace are very open to it. You scan the QR code, you see what's right and what's not right with it. And they do a better label, make a better job of the label. I mean, that itself makes your card worth more, in my opinion, because it's part of the whole thing. Anyway, that's just my opinion. So I might have to look into going to different card shows in future. So if I do want to get any more slabs I want to sell, I mean, these these stay with me. But as I will only be doing Ace, because with Ace I can get the cards back in just a couple of weeks, whereas PSA is going to take months. So it may well be I look to go to card shows, like the London card show, the Birmingham card show, for example, that deal primarily with or deal with Ace as well. Yeah, but I mean, there were a couple of people who were still happy to trade for Ace graded cards. That's how I got the big premium collection box. But the rubbish is still on my floor here. That's why I'm looking over here. Whoops. This office space is still a work in progress. But yeah, that's what that is. So that's an update there. These 4 are staying with me in my space up here. It's not just mine. The wife uses it too when she wants to. I thought I'd just do a little update on the binders so far. So let's see if I can make this look good. I'm going to try and pull down the screen. Ready? So we'll just start with update to the shiny binder that Georgie and I continue to work on. So I don't think these three are particularly new here, and I don't think these are new here, but when we come down, the Sprigatito, the Florigato, and the Radiant Serena, they were definitely new pickups. So we've got a nice first page of grass. We're trying to order them by type. I think they look pretty cool. It would be nice to finish the Sprigatito line and finish the Oddish line if we can get a chance to. And then we go on to Darumaka, the Radiant Blastoise. I think that's awesome. The Slowpoke. So these ones weren't particularly the two Cramorants, the Lapras V. Now the Quaxly, Quaxwell, and Quaquavaline still there as well. So we've got a nice full page of water types. We managed to pick up the Fuecoco and the Crocodile, the last card show, and the Radiant Heatran, which looks awesome as well. You can see that if I move it slightly. That's just cool. Bolton V's gone in, and then we've got these that were always in here before. The Radiant cards just, I think, look really, really cool. Against that light, look at that. That's awesome. I quite like they call them the baby shinies, the ones that are like half size. I just think they're really cool. Yes, we picked up another fossil. We'll try and keep these fossils together. I know they're water and electric, but we'll just keep trying to keep the fossils together as fossil types. The Colossal line. Got this the Galarian Farfetch'd. Great Tusk was a new addition from the last box. We've got the Noivern in there. You might notice I pulled the other Noivern previously, which I think I'm going to give to Aaron to put into our binder together. Radiant Steelix has been joined by the Radiant Jirachi. Look at that. And the Iron Treads shiny. We've already had the Zigzagoon. We already had the Sneasel. We already had the Impidimp. Turn over. We picked up the Grafairai and the Mobostiff recently. We picked up the Tinkertuff and the Cleffa. Oh, chair's gone again. You might have just heard. And these were ones we already had. So we've had a nice development now. We continue. We've got lots of the way to go in this binder. As you can see, loads to go. But it's nice to do something together and pick up bits here and there. So let's move on to the big boy and look what we got in here. Okay, so this is the PokéDex binder. You can see here I've changed out the Bulbasaur card. This is one I picked up recently. The card chart, I think it looked really like the artwork. That was really cool. It's not, and it's quite old. It's not hollow or anything like that at all, but I think it's quite good. And the rest of that page is just beautifully complete. How lovely that is. So the issue that I have, look through these, is a lot of Alolans. So Alolan Sandshrew, Sandslash, Raichu, these are ones that I need to pick up. It's regional variants that I'm messing about a little bit in a minute. But we did get the Alolan Vulpix in there, which is cool. And the Alolan Ninetales. So we've kind of sorted ourselves out a bit there. The rest of this hasn't really changed here. So it shouldn't be loads of changes. We are just still missing that Alolan Meowth. We're only between 30 and 40 cards to go in this binder. Which is quite cool, really. There's the Machamp. Another Radiant card in here. Love that card. A baby shiny Abra. We go down this one. So we're still in Kanto. Another variant. So we need the Rapidash there. Chair's gone down again. Whoops. And again, Galarian Slowpoke. So yeah, it's those variants that's missing here. The Alolans again. Alolan Muck. Alolan Grimer. But everything else on the page is solid, which is cool. Oops. Got the baby shinies there for the wheezing and the coughing. And this is just Kanto. And the Kanto artworks is really cool. Something obviously 151 really brought the very game. We've added Galarian Articuno. Looks beautiful, I think you'll agree. Aaron had given a different one, which I've popped in to our bulk stuff, but he can always obviously have it back if he wants it back. But it went with our bulk hollows. We've added the Mew. This just looks really cool. I love looking back over this binder. This PokéDex is looking awesome. We added the Ferret recently as well, which was really cool. I had quite a few Crobats recently. I had to give a couple of my Crobat Vs to Georgie. I knew she would like them, so she had them. Politoed looks awesome. Missing the Quagsire. We added that really cool Paldean Wooper. Missing the Teddy Ursa and Ursaring lines there. But the Macargo's looking cool. I still stand by what I said about trainer gallery cards. If you like full art cards, you want to get into Pokemon collecting, trainer gallery cards are the way forward. They're still really cheap to get into. Cheap way to get into the hobby. I think my favourite card is obviously this Magmar one. As I said before, that is just an awesome looking card. So we're now into Generation 3. Still nothing in the Trico line. That was really, really weird. We picked up nothing Trico line. Missing the Mudkip. Usually all the starters will be the first to go, but there we go. Missing the Swampert as well. But we do have 2 shinies in here. The Zigzagoon line, the Galarian Zigzagoon line, which was a fun pickup. So Gen 3 is looking pretty solid. The Slackoth card is cool from Surgeon Sparks. Missing the Whismur. You can see we've got the 2 special arts for Ninjask and Shedinja. I always thought this was Shed Ninja, but it is Shedinja. There we go. Missing the Azurill. Missing the Explode. As we come on to more Gen 3, missing the Volbeat from the 2, I don't know, bugs. The regional bugs. So whenever you played games, like the games on the Game Boy or 3DS or whatever, the Volbeat and the Illuminus were always in 2 separate games, which was always really annoying. Then we've got, again, this page hasn't really changed, I don't believe. We come across more trainer gallery. This page hasn't really changed either, which is great because it means we're doing well. Missing a Why Not on this side. Gen 3 is looking strong. We added the Gorbis recently. That was a new pickup. There's that Latias in there. Missing a Deoxys. That's one for us to add. Missing a Staraptor. We did get decent Napoleon V in there, which was awesome. Again, missing a couple of fossils, Craniodos and Rampados, missing a Bastiodon. So the Gen 4 fossils are a tricky one to get in there. Missing a Cherim. But Gen 4 is looking quite good, really. I mean, it's not too bad. Stunky and Stuntank are still missing. And the Munchlax still missing. But then these cards are quite cool. I've put this Spiritomb in. I think it looks really cool in here. Bonsline, Happini missing, so a couple of the babies. Skorupi missing. Got the shiny, baby shiny Snover in here. We'll keep going up and along here. They're looking on. I think this one is looking good. If some people want to get all like art rare straight away, I'm quite happy to fill it up and upgrade it as we go. Palkia, B-Star, Origin Form in here. I love the Shaman card here. That's really nice. Not hollow. The Giratina V-Star. That was a nice pickup from old Aaron. We're moving to Gen 5. Gen 5 is probably, next to Kanto, probably the most filled in Gen, but after the Black Bolt and White Flare boxes. Still missing a Livani though. And some of these were Pokeballs as well. Like this was a Poke. We can't really see it on this slide, but there was a Pokeball. The Pokeball is always hard to see in there with the dark background. Another baby shiny Darumaka, Galarian Darumaka. And last page is now completely full. We found the Hisuian Zorua and we have filled that page up. So not loads left. So that was just a bit of an update. It's looking pretty good on the whole, I think, for bit by bit. We get there steady by steady. Do please drop any comments on where you think we can get some of these missing cards from, or any other comments you want to make. Anything I can do better. Always good to hear. Or we'll do differently. Do please leave a like. I know I can rely on Aaron for that. Thank you, Aaron. Thank you. Do please subscribe, and do please share to people to get the people to subscribe. I am sharing on my Facebook and my Instagram, but I can't say I've got the most followers in the world. So anything you can do to help, I would greatly appreciate. So thank you very much. Shout out to my biggest fans ever. Shout out to Miles. Hi, Miles. Shout out to Harvey, had a birthday the other day. Happy birthday, Harvey, for the other day as well. And I hope your stepmom didn't get you to do all the sweeper on your birthday. You know what evil stepmoms are like. And have a fantastic half-term week. I might do another video later on in the week. But in the meantime, what leaves me to say is see you soon, mate. Bye.